And when Jesse Metcalfe isn't busy trying to save the Ewing Ranch on Dallas, he's out there trying to save some children.
This is great. Jesse Metcalfe and his fiancée, Cara Santana?
Cara.
Yeah.
We were
just call her Lucky.
Hey-o.
Lucky too.
Well, yeah.
Yes.
Well, they are joining us to talk about their recent trip to Botswana for UNICEF. So the thing is, we just broke millions of hearts by saying fiancé. Congratulations. When? I mean, I don't mean
to both of you.
Okay, let's talk about UNICEF.
No, well, no, but when is the wedding?
I think we're going to sidestep that. You know, we're here with a purpose.
Yeah.
Look at that guy. That is a move right out of Dallas. This is very smooth.
Well, we were just talking about it. You guys literally just came back 3 days ago. So tell us about what made you interested in going to Botswana and working with UNICEF.
Well, it all started ironically back in Dallas. You know, it was a very organic relationship as it developed, and we went to the UNICEF experience in Dallas, where they showed you all the different arms of UNICEF, how they work with nutrition, how they work with HIV/AIDS, how they work with education. And it definitely piqued Cara and I's interest, and we maintained that relationship and developed it, and then we sort of pushed for a field visit because we wanted to see how it all worked on the ground, and they made it possible. We went on a donor trip to Botswana.
Wow.
So what did you do on the trip?
It was mostly an observational, educational trip, really, you know, where we visited a lot of different clinics and villages, a lot of areas where there was need, you know, where there was poverty, where there was, you know, a serious epidemic of HIV/AIDS. I mean, 18% of the population in Botswana is HIV positive.
Right, and so Botswana is one of the wealthier countries.
It is a it is a middle income society.
Right.
But in comparison to the United States, you're still looking at extreme poverty. And the great thing about UNICEF and what's so wonderful about their organization is they have to be invited in by the government. So they're working hand in hand with the Botswana government, which it's great for sustainability. They come into these countries, they help facilitate with the government the need that they're asking for, and with that help sustain it.
What is the reaction of the people that you meet that may or may not know you from your work here in the States?
Well, that's the funny part. Do you? I think you need to tell the story.
Well, I mean, just as a little anecdote, you know, a soap opera that I used to be on from '99 to 2004 called Passions, a short-lived daytime television show, happened to be an incredibly popular show in Botswana.
Primetime TV, 8 p.m.
Those residual checks must be crazy.
So we thought we would be able to go in there with a little anonymity.
Sure.
And everywhere we went, they were going, Miguel, 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 and everyone knew Jesse, which was great.
The great thing about that was not, you know, that I was getting acknowledged, but the fact that, you know, they felt important that we had traveled all that way to hear about their issues, visit their communities, and I really feel like it gave them added hope, you know, and an added drive to, you know, better their life situation. Because the great thing about the Botswana people, they're incredibly humble, they're incredibly gracious, but they are also incredibly thankful for the help that they get from outside sources, specifically UNICEF, and they're very motivated to, you know, help their communities and better their, you know, their position, you know, as a country.
Yeah, but you guys just literally scratched the surface of what UNICEF can do. I mean, with this one trip. So has it piqued another interest for you guys to go back and kind of dig in a little bit deeper?
100%. UNICEF's in 150 different countries and doing amazing work. So we hope to continue our adventure with them.
Yep. All right.
I mean, real quickly before we leave, how sad is it, the ignorance in this country about the need that really exists around the world?
I don't know if I can speak to the ignorance, you know, but we're really here to raise awareness, you know, so for those of you out there that don't know, you know, I mean, there's a lot of children that are vulnerable throughout the world, you know, and UNICEF saves, serves, and protects the most vulnerable children in the world. So, I mean, there's no humanitarian agency on the planet that works more effectively and more efficiently than UNICEF.
I think it's so interesting that just before you guys came on, we were talking about J.J. Abrams and that whole chance to win a walk-on role. And who was he doing it for?
UNICEF.
So that was a great little segue into seeing you guys. But now let's talk about your role on Dallas. Jesse, why do you think people just love this show so much?
Well, it's about this crazy dysfunctional family, and I think there's a character on that show that everybody can relate to. You know, I think that's why it's stood the test of time and why the rebirth of the show has been somewhat successful.
And
I think we have a clip.
Yeah.
Let's roll a little clip.
More dance.
Look, I know it's not my place to tell you not to go out with him, but don't go out with him.
You invited him here to soften him up, right? Get him to drop his guard? Well, maybe a couple drinks are just the right thing to loosen his lips.
Well, if you're not careful, those lips are going to be all over you.
Trust me, I am not that easy.
Now, if you watch the show, you know that she did not listen to me.
Of course not.
Never does. It is Texas, after all.
Texas.
I must say, I'm the oldest guy in the studio. So I remember the first Dallas. And I will say, I was like, oh, they're going to bring it back. You guys have done such a good job. I am glad that it's got traction and it's finding new fans.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
and Cara, you're also an actress as well.
I am.
Yes?
I am.
So are you working on any projects right
I just finished an independent project called Reunion, and I think it's due to release in October.
Awesome. You'll have to come back and see us when that releases.
But babe, I mean, you'd be remiss if you didn't mention your blog. She has an amazing
blog?
fashion blog
No
called
kidding.
CaraDisclothed.com.
Okay.
What is it again?
Well, why didn't anybody
What
tell
was
us
that
about
again?
this? CaraDisclothed.com?
Yes.
And
Wow.
so you follow like fashion trends and things?
Yeah,
or?
I wanted to create a site where fashion was accessible. I feel like there's sort of a stigma attached to fashion, the fashion industry.
going right
so
now.
I wanted to have a conversation about fashion that anyone could relate to.
Well, quickly, I'm being told to wrap, but I do want to share a little story with you. You know, life, it really does come full circle. I used to be a waitress at the LA P.F. Chang's in Beverly Center, and I used to wait on this young man right here. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you, it was back in the day. This was like in 2001, and he was always a fantastic tipper and a very nice guy.
It was all that passion's money.
So it's great to see you here. Thank you so
nice
much,
meeting
Jesse
you.
Metcalfe and Cara
Thanks for all
Santana.
your hard work,
we really
too.
appreciate what you guys do.
Thank you. And can we just say, if you want to get involved, go to unicef.org and you can find out some information.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, guys. Oh, and you can also catch Jesse on season 3 of Dallas. It's starting again August 18th, so check it out. Thank you guys so much.